Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another episode of The Mind of Reese. I had just gotten back from an incredible seminar, the Trilogy Tattoo Conference, run by Angel Rose, a good friend of mine. She's super amazing. If you haven't heard her podcast episode, I'd highly recommend going back there and listening to her podcast episode with me. She's absolutely incredible human being. She also did Activate. She did a seminar in Activate, my free 3-day mentorship program, seminar day online thing for artists if they wanted to just come in and get to know how artists of really big caliber do it. And so if you haven't seen that, I would say highly recommend joining the ARC, shameless plug in there, my membership, where we are all about making brave moves and really building that wealth identity and building beautiful, badass holistic brands. And so I would highly recommend doing that. And also, we do have Meditation 22 coming up August 7th. If you haven't already joined that, my Wealth Expansion Challenge, Meditation 22 days of meditation. And you get access to, you have the ability to win a lot of prizes like iPads and mentorship with me and these kinds of things. So if you're in, come on in, check it out, all the good stuff. I can't wait to see you in there. Anywho, so I just got back from Trilogy, and it was an incredible seminar. But let me be really fucking transparent with you guys, as I always am. You know how I am a firm believer of vulnerable leadership. So before I had gone to this convention, I was really nervous. And I could feel it in my body. All of these people that had been, that are mentoring or that were doing seminars, there was Deanna James, there was Jacob Sheffield and Bobby Johnson, also known as Glendale Bully. And so all of these mentors, I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are amazing. And with one of them, Deanna especially, I have conversations with Deanna via the DMs. We've also gone on calls together, and I'm just going to full send it. I'm just going to full send my truth. There was once I had asked Deanna if she wanted to be a part of my podcast, and she had said yes. And I was so excited for this. And then the day was to come for us to kind of schedule it. And I heard nothing. I actually got ghosted in the DMs. And there was this big part of me that was so hurt by this. And I was like, wow, there is another level of hurt in this. And a part of me, I was angry at first, I was like, whatever, I don't need her on my podcast. And it's not that I've never been rejected before. It's like so funny. And it's funny because I utilize the term rejection because of the fact that I felt, like that's what my inner child had felt. So I could feel these feelings coming up. But at the time, it was way back in like February. And so I was like, you know what, let it go, whatever. And I had, I hit her up a couple times just to be like, hey, I know you're super busy. Didn't hear anything back. So I was just like, I'm going to let it go. No big deal, And then when I found out that she was doing this seminar here at Trilogy, the reason why I had gone was Angel was so kind to invite me. And she was like, let's do some networking. I want you to come. This would be really awesome if you could come. So I was like, fuck yeah, of course I'm going to go support my friends and come to this. And I also knew that I'm a firm believer in investing in myself all the time. So it's just like, why not fucking not only invest in my friend's beautiful beautiful conference that she's doing and helping out so many artists elevate in their brands and in their artwork, but also just to learn, come on, I know I'm going to learn things. There is nobody I cannot learn from. I don't care what level you are in. I don't care how long you've been tattooing. I don't care who you are. You have something to teach and I have something to learn. And that's just the way it goes. So I was like, I'm really excited. Let me just go to this. Didn't know who was going until I think a few days prior. And I found out that Deanna was going. And I felt so nervous. I was like, there was a part of me that was like, I could feel a few things going on. It was like anger. And I was like, okay, I feel angry. I'm like, and then I also felt like I had to, the thing was that after having spoken with my inner child, this is why I'm obsessed with meditation. So if you're not in Meditation 22 and looking for that wealth expansion, that wealth identity, and that really full send bravery and confidence within your body, you need to get in there because this is what we're going to be doing, because this is how I am able to heal these parts of me. We're actually going to get into the topic of today's podcast because the story kind of like leads into that. And this is the reason why I'm being so vulnerable with you guys here. And so I just felt myself in that moment that my inner child was like, I've been kicked out of the club. I'm not part of the cool kids club. That was what my inner child was feeling. She was feeling this, and I was like, oh my gosh, you sweet, sweet child. Like, I love you. You don't need to be part of any club. There's no club. Like, you're good, and I know deeply that there was absolutely nothing on the other side of this, like from Deanna or from anybody else that I've ever felt this from, in a place of maliciousness or, wanting to kick me out of the club. Like, it wasn't like that, but that's how my body took it as, and of course, I've had experiences in my life as a child where I felt like I was kicked out of the club. And so it's just like that feeling of being kicked out of like the club. I was like, I'm not a cool kid and I've never been a cool kid. And it was just like this vulnerable moment for me. And I realized there were a few times where I was just like, well, I don't want her to think that I'm going there just to like bombard her. I don't want to step on, and then all of these thoughts and all of these stories started coming in, and I could feel myself wanting not to go. I was like, you know what? Maybe I just won't go. Like, I just don't want to feel, I don't feel good. I don't feel confident. I don't feel confident in myself in this moment. And then, of course, that's where my highest self always comes through with the goods. That's when the universe, God, divine, always comes through with the goods and is like, bitch, you don't need confidence. You know who the fuck you are. And you don't even fucking like confidence. You don't care about fucking confidence. Confidence is a feeling. It's a byproduct. Because you know what the fuck you are? You're fucking brave. And we do brave things because we know how to do hard things with ease. And I heard that little voice in my mind, and I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Of course. Hello. Let me remember bringing myself back home to the remembrance. And so, of course, after I come back home to the remembrance of, hey, this ain't about confidence. This is about bravery. And so, of course, I go. And of course, it ended up being way better than I ever expected, and just incredible. The fact that, Reese, you're a part of you've already created your own cool kids club. Like, it's not even a thing that most of the people, a lot of the people there were either students, people from the ARC, they were in BTS, or they've taken some of my classes or courses, have done meditations with me. I'm like, this is incredible. I had no clue. So it was just like, it was not only that, but it was also the mentors. And so having like Bobby Johnson and Jacob Sheffield come to me for different pieces of advice about building passive income streams, and even Deanna and Colton, her husband, inviting me out to Dallas and wanting me to be on their podcast, and just incredible things, just like left and right happening during this entire thing. And it was just like the universe just shining the light on me, being like, this is what happens when you're brave, baby. Like, this is what happens when you're brave. You just went out there. You didn't need confidence. You were scared shitless. The only thing different that I did was that I was like, I'm going to dress for motherfucking success. I'm going to dress like in my outfit that makes me feel like a boss bitch, and just like go in there and learn my heart out, and, and just be there, be very present. And whatever happens, I'm going to allow to happen. And whether I get to have a conversation with them or whether I don't, it was just like, I was just going to be completely present in the moment, and I was going to love myself through every step of the fucking way. And I was going to honor what I was going to learn. And it was like, it like opened up so many pathways for me. And of course, it opened up so many more opportunities. And so this leads into the topic of stop focusing on confidence. Stop focusing on being more confident in your work, or being more confident in the online space, or being more confident that you're doing everything right. Stop fucking focusing on confidence. It's not confidence that you need, because confidence is just a feeling. It's just a byproduct of your bravery. And when you focus on bravery, you stop the rat race. Like, it's like, why are you so focused on trying to be more confident? This was the question that was being asked of me from the universe. It's like, why are you so focused on being more confident? Forcing yourself to get to some place, some time in the future, one day stalls your growth and your success. And I realized that I don't want to be somewhere else one day, that there is only one moment that is happening, and that's this moment right now. And the only thing I have in this moment is my ability to be brave. And that's the only thing I'm confident about. I know myself well enough to be brave. And this is what you should be focusing on. Because in any given moment, the only thing that you have is your response to walk with your fear. To walk with your fear, because you will have fear all of the time. When you are entering into a level of expansion, anytime that you are trying to expand yourself, expand your business, expand your life, know that fear will follow. That is a fact. That is always going to happen. And when you know that fear will follow, when you expect that fear to follow, then you have the practical tools on how you walk with that fear. And mine is bravery. I have cultivated a very huge practice through meditation on being brave. And the number one thing you need in being a successful spiritual entrepreneur and artist is bravery. Like I said, confidence is a byproduct of taking brave action despite fear or uncertainty. And bravery encourages you to act regardless of how confident you feel in any moment, which means you are no longer the victim of your story when you are empowered to take control of your life, making you feel capable of handling whatever comes your way. And guess what? That's super fucking contagious. It's super fucking contagious to be brave, because when others see you out there in all of your unfuckwithable bravery, it encourages others to do the same. And we all know that it's a brave motherfucking thing to get a tattoo. So what do you think that happens when you decide to be brave? When you decide to unapologetically be yourself, be brave in the online space, be brave enough to just admit that, like, I don't know all the things, I don't know what I'm doing all the time. Being brave enough to just say, I accept everything about me. Being brave enough to be like, I know I feel this way, but I also know that I'm capable of incredible things. Being brave to be more fully self-expressed, to share your art with the world, to empower others, to build badass iconic brands, to stand out, to build financial freedom, to be brave enough to claim your dreams. For me, it's like, fuck confidence. I ain't waiting around for that shit to come one day. I take brave action now. And this is really where you are going to find yourself in expansion every single day. You're going to find growth every single day. You're going to find pathways toward your financial freedom every single day, because you have decided that this is a new belief, that this is a value within you. One of my values is bravery. That is it. It's unconditional bravery, because then that creates unconditional confidence. My confidence that I have built through the brave action is not conditional to anything outside of me. It's based on everything inside of me. Because I have decided to take brave action that later creates the feeling of confidence. I don't need confidence to do the things that I'm doing. I'm not confident in my art. I'm not confident in a lot of things, you guys. I'm not confident in a lot of things. The only thing I'm really confident in is the fact that I can be brave. And so this is your chance. This is your choice, that you choose bravery over confidence, because over time, doing brave things over and over again will lead to that confidence. And then that thing that you had to be brave in will be easy to do. And then you go on to the next thing. This is how we meet our edges. This is how we build iconic fucking tattoo brands where we can literally do anything we want in those brands. Do you want a tattoo? Cool. You want to change that style? Cool. You want to start selling merch? Cool. You want to build educational programs, you want to become a mentor and a coach in this space, you want to give back in that way, cool, you can, because you've built an identifiable brand. So when you do that, it takes brave action to do that. It takes brave action to be a vulnerable leader. And that's what you have to be in order to build a brand where people can bandwagon on because they see themselves in you. So bravery is the number one thing that you should be constantly cultivating all the time. It's the number one trait, characteristic that you need within your arsenal as an entrepreneur, as a spiritual entrepreneur, so that you can lean in instead of being an avoidant of all the things you don't want. You are leaning in. You know, you're really just pushing forward. You're being proactive, even when you don't see everything is working. But you know what? You're like, I know I don't see the evidence of things working, but I'm going to be brave enough to continue and stay in the motherfucking game. It is all about bravery when you step in, and you've done it a million times. You're here. You're literally doing the thing. You're literally an entrepreneur. You've built your own business. The only way that you can fail is by getting out of the game. That's the only way you can fail. You might have hard times, but guess what? We do hard times with ease. Why? Because we've cultivated that bravery to do so. So, if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this, is to fuck confidence. Fuck confidence. You don't need confidence. You don't need to try to get to confidence in the one day realm of one day. You get to choose to be brave today, take brave action today, and know that confidence will follow. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next episode.